开始. Hello everyone, welcome back to today's 老外汉语成语比赛. So this means like the catching the dragon or the idiom's dragon tail. And what this means is that today the three of us and our friend Jesse are going to play a very famous Chinese game, which goes like this. As in China, you have a lot of idioms. These are like short sayings, which mostly compile of four characters. And you even have like something like this, like a 成语字典, where you have a lot of 成语s inside. And yeah, since my time in China, I was always amazed by the 成语. And this is why, yeah, today we are here and we're going to play this game. And yeah, maybe you can introduce yourself a little bit, and in Chinese and English, both is fine.
All right, okay. Yeah, sure. Should I start first? So, hi everybody. My name is Paco and I'm from Munich, Germany, so very south of Germany. And I've been studying Chinese now for 3 years. And I've been always obsessed with learning more and more about China, the culture, the history. And what I did when I studied Chinese after 2 years, I found out only at 2 years after I started that there is something called 成语, so idioms, which is what Enrique just explained. And my teacher at that time said, if you cannot speak some 成语, your Chinese will never be good. So that's how I started to get into the 成语 and to study them like a crazy person. And so today I'm really excited to be here and to play this with my man and also with Jesse. This is my pleasure.
Awesome. Yeah, then I'll introduce myself as well quickly. My name is Mo. I live in the city of Hamburg in the north of Germany, and I've been to Shanghai for half a year, Beijing for half a year, and Taipei for half a year, each to study different things and to learn and to make my Chinese better. I started up in 8th grade, so like back when I was 14. Quite a while ago, and now I really enjoy the Chinese language, but I've never really needed 成语 as much. And it's sad because, you know, you can always explain your way out of situations without ever using 成语, but it's really cool to know them, right? So before actually this, I tried to kind of look into, what kind of 成语do you usually use in normal situations that I don't usually use? And it was quite an enriching experience. So I thank Enrico for this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to this game.
Okay, great. Then, hello everyone. I'm Jessie, and I'm obviously Chinese. I come from the southern part of China. It's called Guangdong, and now I'm living in Hamburg. And I'm really happy to be here today to be the judge of all your three amazing Chinese speakers. Okay, that's all.
Okay, yes, cool to have you here, all the three of you, and especially thanks for Paco, because he actually had this idea to make this sort of video. And Paco also is active on Spotify. Maybe you want to introduce us to that?
Sure. So for everybody who is wanting to learn Chinese, especially the speaking part, what I do in my podcast is I share my experience of how I learned Chinese. And nowadays, I'm also busy with doing public speaking and stand-up comedy in Chinese and doing speaking competitions in Chinese. And on that podcast, I share everything that I learned with you. So if you want to bring your Chinese speaking to a next level, you want to learn something, you're more than welcome to check out and listen into my podcast, where I also have some episodes with Moritz, who also is joining our B-side today.
Yeah, last week we actually recorded one on how we learned Chinese. So what was the journey, the individual steps, whether it was HSK exams or whether it was just talking to your best teacher and how you got your Chinese name, all of these cool things. Feel free to check it out.
和他们俩的中文水平比我的高很多，真的。
没有。
太谦虚了。
Agenda. Okay. Then, long story short, let's start. And I would say for the beginning, maybe Jesse, 你能解释一下我们今天 like 在中国人一般玩这个话题有什么规则？So what's the rules regularly played in China?
一般来说，大家会轮流说成语，然后呢，最后一个字前一个人说的最后一个字要跟后一个人说的第一个字有相同的发音。So basically, if you play this game in China and the former person speak an idiom, should have at least the later person who speak the idiom should have at least the same pronunciation of the first letter as the former person's idiom, and that's the rule. So
Okay, then I would say we will try it almost like this. We just change it a little bit so that in the first Chengyu we can pick the first, second, third, or fourth letter or character, and we just need to use it in the second Chengyu.
I like that.
All right. And if this is all, so first we can start with a Tongyang Igetse. So it has to be the same. So if it's like Ren Shan, Ren Hai, it has to be high. So
Ocean.
Yeah, ocean, right? Okay, so who wants to start with in the first round?
Before we start, can I ask one more question about the rules? So maybe if you can give an example for the rule that we're playing, just so that it's also clear to the viewer.
Okay, 那我们做一个例如论， so 第一个论我开始我会说，因为今天的天气是这么好，我会说鸟语花香。Jessie， 你说是不是成语？
是的 ，That's correct.
OK，
好的，我有一个。
OK， 你来吧。
好，应该是千言万语，所以我写一个，千就是千言，然后万语，母语的语，对，应该是这个吧？对，大家看一下。
对，我觉得 that's correct.
OK， 那这样，那我选择，成千上万。
很棒，好的。Enrico.
OK， 我也认识一个，千真万确，他的意思是对，很对的。
对 ，Yes， 是的。
千真万确，
很棒。哇，这个有点难了么？
对，
这个是很高级的成语。
好的，没事，我觉得我们应该可以找到一个吧。我应该知道一个用钱，但是我不记得它。我也知道什么什么为真有很多的成语，但是我不记得。好，那我先 pass 一个可以吗？还是输了？
可以过。
那这个也就是我们的第一个experiencing round, practice round. So I think now the rules for this game are clear, and we can start with the official Diilun, with the first round.
All right.
Okay, I would say Moritz, you start, then Paco, and then me, and then Moritz again. And of course, if you want, you can always tell us the story behind the Chengyu, and maybe it's also nice to know where you have first heard of it, or where did you read it.
哦，这是一个好事。好，入乡随俗。
我觉得每个外国人来到中国会学习这个成语。
对，这个成语的话有一个故事。This 成语 has a story. It means if you are in Rome, do as the Romans do. That would be the English version of it. So if you enter the Xiang, the small town, you should act as is the local custom. And the story of it for me was I was in Shanghai and I was celebrating the New Year festival, and they were burning these paper money. And I was like, why would you burn money? And they were like, come on, this is our custom. Just follow us doing it. This is what we do. So I was like, okay, 如香随俗.
我现在想不出来一个我觉得这一轮我会 pass。如果要用同样的字，我会 pass， 因为我现在想不出。
如果这个有一点难的话，我也可以有一个也有水可以给你，如果要的话。
我也有一个俗。
OK， 那你给我一个都可以。
好，我放一个吧。归于而岸。
很棒。
OK， R 应该有很多。
我觉得也是。
不翼而飞。不翼而飞。
哦，这很好。
对，
故事呢？
这个成语是什么意思？
这个成语是消逝的意思，就是一个东西没有了。比如说你在外面把手机丢了，比如说我的手机不翼而飞了，对吧 ，Jessie？
对，不翼而飞有一点就是 unexpected 的意思在里面。
OK， 那我会说一个我也很喜欢的是树欲静而风不止。
8个字。
哇，
对，它的意思是a tree wants to have silence, but the wind won't stop. And this basically means you can't influence your surroundings. You can't influence how things are coming up. So just take it as it comes.
Actually, it's a very sad saying. Because the next sentence, it means the next sentence is 子欲养而亲不在. I'll put it in our chat.
Okay, I didn't know that. Cool.
What is the meaning of
sorry, wait a minute. Okay. So it means even though the child wants to raise his parent, but they're gone.
Is that from a song?
No, it's just a saying, like idiom. So it was really sad. 所以其实这个就是树欲静而风不止，子欲养而亲不在。We always say in the whole sentence. 而且 the focus is always on the later part. 所以当你说树欲静而风不止，我就已经觉得 oh so sad.
Yeah.
I agree with her. I think it sounds very sad, and I mean, 亲不在 always kind of like means that something rough has happened, I think. But so I'm gonna a little bit go cheaply on this one, and I will react to the 不。
好吧。
百问不如一见。To smell someone 100 times is not the same as seeing them one time. And now in this case, it doesn't necessarily need to mean smell. It can also mean hear. But so, for example, if you've been on the phone with someone a billion times, but you haven't seen them in person, seeing them in person will still be nicer.
Actually, Mo, I have to, you made a mistake.
Yes,
sorry, because the 闻 doesn't actually mean smell. It means heard of someone.
新闻的闻. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. That's how you can very easily mix up same pronunciation 成语. So yeah, 百问不如一见.
And I have some input to this as well. Our Chinese teacher always said, you can read 1,000 books, but actually experiencing one thing once is much better. So it was kind of like this Chenyu which says like if you can hear something, it's not as good as you actually experience it or see it for yourself.
Is it the same Chenyu that you said?
Yeah, There's also a 成语 for what you were just describing,
Okay.
Enrico, actually.
读万卷书，行万里路 right? Is that one?
Yeah, exactly, Paco. Wow.
But it's not
Bravo.
anyway, it's not fitting for what
For the rules.
for moments, right? For the
Yeah.
rules.
But can you share it with us?
Jesse, yeah, you wanted to say it anyway, right?
But you were right about it, so you can write down.
Sure, I'll write it down. So 读万卷书 means or actually is it I think the right way is 读万卷书不如
不如行万里路.
万里路, which means it's better to go outside and travel the world or experience things for yourself than reading 1,000 or 10,000 of books. That's what it literally says. 读万卷书不如行万里路.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. I knew that there was maybe a Chenyu existing for this exact meaning, and now I know it. And that's the cool thing about Chinese language, that you constantly can learn more and more. And yeah, you will each day I still learn new things about this language.
There you go. I could have used this one earlier. We needed a one. There is a one.
There's so many. Okay, so it's still my turn for the one that Mo did. So I'll say 一见钟情 means
你的意思，你看的你的女朋友。
Oh,
that's right. 对啊，一见钟情的意思就是我们第一次见面就谈恋爱了，对吧？
Okay,
Nice.
now what for? 一心二意 or no, 一心一意. Yeah, your heart and soul is with something.
I like it. 好，如果我们在描写一个人 a person whose heart and soul is with something, then the person might also be 独一无二 very unique.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
我二，有一个成语叫一石二鸟，
Hey.
means one stone, two birds. So you do one thing, but you get two good results out of it. So one stone, two birds. One stone kills two birds. 一石二鸟。
Cool. 一言为定
What does it mean?
是为定的意思。Like 如果两个朋友们他们现在考虑下周末去酒吧晚上7点，他们说 OK 晚上7点一言为定，1点去7点。
好，不错不错。我觉得我们做了一这个东西很多次，所以我盖一个用为，然后我有一个叫四海为家，就是 using the 4 oceans as your home basically means you going around places and not really having a concrete place where you live. You're kind of a hobo. So I've always been, I guess, finding this one really cool because I like to travel around a lot of places and maybe I don't return home for a long time. So I have 四海为家 my way through China.
Actually, Enrico as well. Actually, he has gone to every place, but that's another story. 我要用家，我用家喻户晓。Means known by everybody.
Oh.
Everybody knows about it. So something like this person, like 毛泽东在中国家喻户晓. Everybody knows Mao Zedong in China.
Okay, cool. So I also didn't know. 家人破忙.
Oh.
家人.
Something with 破忙, I think.
Maybe I can tell what does it mean.
家破人亡.
哦，家破人亡是吗？
对对对。
Okay. Good one.
不敢当。
Nice, nice. OK. 我觉得很不错。那我用这个人，觉得一个叫顺人利己会比较好。
OK。
这个的意思，有一点复杂。应该是 to use people to your advantage， 是这个吧？ 对。
but at the same time you hurt that people and you don't care about him.
Yeah, yeah. So it's being reckless and hurting your environment for your own benefit.
Yeah. Yes.
Something you should never do, dear viewers.
So Jesse, you would use this one when gossiping, or what time is it appropriate to use it?
Oh, I won't use it when gossiping because it's a more serious consequence. Like, for example, you have a company and someone use your company and make your company get bankrupt or something. I would use this, but not gossiping. It's okay. Just
Okay.
Okay. So I was thinking of using leap, but I don't know if it's a chéng actually. Maybe Jesse, you need to confirm it. Otherwise, I'll change it. 各有利弊.
各有利弊. I would say it is. It is.
It is?
It's correct. I think so. Yeah. 各有利弊.
各有利弊, which means everything has advantages and disadvantages. All good things and bad things. Right.
Okay. OK， 肯定有几个有包括有这个词。那当然，大吉大利。
哦，对。
OK。
对，刚过了春节的时候，当然有大吉大利。
对，好。当然，我再问一下，牛年大吉是一个成语吗？
不是，
这个真的不能，
不能是吧？对，这个有点太烂了吧？好，我觉得我 pass 一下。对，
那万事大吉。
哦，
这个万事大吉也是一个祝福。
还有一个万，你这么厉害。
这个是一石二鸟 ，Paco， 一石二鸟。
二鸟，对。
我说大好河山，呀，他的意思是你的家，你长大的地方，你的故乡。
Yeah, actually, it's like complimenting your own hometown, but actually, you can also use it for different cities. Or the whole country or something, as long as you think it's such a good view, and you can say 大好河山.
Yeah.
不错。好，那我觉得，因为我刚才没有那么好，所以我现在要 make a comeback。所以为了 make a comeback， 我做一个东山再起。哦，不是这个在，是这个在。对，
是的。
对
，OK，
东山再起。
That's like 红色的成语。
有一点。
OK， 现在我在想这个，我可以用山，因为山有很多，可以人山人海。但是我想用另外一个叫紫气东来。紫气东来，它的意思其实我也不是很清楚，但是我知道它是一个成语。可能 Jessie 你知道这个成语怎么解释呢？
紫气东来的故事有一个故事，但是意思反正就是表示有好事要来临，就是有一点 religious 的成分在里面。意思就是如果这个人他很有福气，然后他的上方的空气就是紫色的，所以就是你远远的看到天上有一团紫色的云朝你飘过来，然后你就知道有一个 important person will come， 所以就有一点这个意思在里面。
哦，明白。好，谢谢解释啊。那现在到 Enrico。OK，
现在东西南北不是成语。
这有点像你 own 的 Seife 发生的，就不要了吧。
OK， 那还有一个词，肯定有这里有一个我很喜欢的是猜测器，就是猜器，就是猜器。 So you have basically it means alcohol, sex, money, and temper.
Uh,
I can show you. It's basically what the book like in the first pages. You have like big characters. You have like 就是才气, but
Yeah, but actually it means bad characters.
oh,
So you
yeah.
have all the bad habits.
Yes.
Oh,
It's okay, but it's still a very good word.
Still counts.
很不错，很不错。我刚才要加一个跟赖有关的，就说曹操就赖，但是这个不行，因为我们已经过了。
这个也不是，这个说早到。
是的 Erica, you're right.
不错不错。哎，我觉得好行，那我想一个旧车菜骑的一个跟他有关的吗？哎呀，牛气
这个我
冲天，
觉得还好啊，这个还不错。
这个还不错吗？牛气冲天。
对，我觉得可以。
好的，谢谢 Jessie。
它的意思是什么呢？
他的意思是，牛，因为现在是牛年嘛，然后now it's the year of the ox, it's the year of the buffalo, I guess. So 牛气冲天，冲 to 冲 means to pounce, to quickly run in the direction of, or to charge, I guess you would say. So 牛气冲天。我觉得是it's the atmosphere of a bull charging ahead, meaning I wish you success so you can charge ahead like a bull.
Yes, exactly.
牛气冲天，哇哦 ，not bad。好，那我要用雨过天晴。
雨过天晴，
意思就是发生了一件不好的事情之后，我们再遇到了很好的事情，是这个意思，对吧？
对，是的。
Okay. So after the rain comes the sun again.
Comes the rainbow. Oh yes, comes the sun. Sorry, but
The sky is clear after.
Okay. Well, okay. 过啊，我满天过海。
Good one.
这是36集的第一个。So it's like from the 36 strategies, it's the first one, and I just know it because I was lucky to read the 7 first pages of this book, so I remember this one.
Nice.
Good one, good one.
很不错。
Go.
我觉得过是一个很可用的，因为我刚想到的这个擦肩而过。To brush someone's shoulder and then go away. So if you, for example, are insulted with knowing someone very well, you can say, no, I just brushed their shoulder and went away. 我这是擦肩而过。
这是很好的成语，擦肩而过。然后我也有用过，我用的是过河拆桥。
Oh.
It means that after you accomplish something, you get rid of what helped you to accomplish something.
Whoa.
Let's suppose you're using, you have a really good Chinese teacher, right? Because our viewers are Chinese learners. You have a really good Chinese teacher. Now you pass HSK 5 and then you say, okay, now I don't go to the Chinese teacher anymore. That's called 过河拆桥. So basically the real meaning after this, you cross a river and then you destroy the bridge.
Yeah, you would have to kill the Chinese teacher if you would really follow.
Or for example, someone help you for your succeed, but when they comes to you afterwards and you just say, no, I don't know you, who are you? Something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like this.
That's very cruel.
Yes, very good. Such a good word. Okay, and
I have 江河日下. So it's like river, day down. So it means everything goes down the river. And this brings me to a point which I still want to mention is what I think is very interesting, that in many different countries, we have similar idioms. So in Germany, we have this as well, like alles geht den Bach runter. In English, there is it, and in Chinese, the same. So it's interesting to think of if these Chengyus first came up and developed differently in each country separately, or if it maybe first developed in one country and they spread. What do you think?
I think probably it's spread, or I don't know.
I would say it did spread, but then you would have to think to whom, because the population who could write was very small part of the population only, right? So it could either be only spread through written word, or maybe it spread through merchants, you know, who would say these things.
Actually, I also know another saying in Chinese, which is 船到桥头自然直.
Yeah.
Have you ever? Yes, and there's an English version, but it's not exactly the same. I mean, which is like I will cross the bridge when I come across it. So it's kind of similar, you know, but it's different. And so I think probably is invented separately, because when people seeing the same thing and they're think about the same situation, for example, like the whole world invented beer separately, maybe.
Yeah, you're right. You're right with that point. Yeah, I think it's a mixture of both. And there's like so many Chinese Chengyus which are not anywhere close to the ones we have here in Europe. For instance, like Sha Ji Jing Ho, kill the chicken in order to warn the monkey. We don't have this, but
yeah. But it sounds really cool. I mean, I love that you have so many things that are just with animals, you know. I came across, for example, 画蛇添足, to draw a snake and add a foot. How fucking cool is that, Chengyu? It just means to overdo something, you know. And I figure we're probably not going to come across it here because the individual zi are not going to really matter, except we have maybe zu. So I guess I can you know, say it in this context. But I think those are just really, really cool, like mental images, you know, to draw a snake and add a foot. And the story is, you know, somebody did a drawing competition who could draw the snake the fastest, and one person could even draw it faster than all the others. So they had so much time, they even drew a little foot, and everybody said, this is unnecessary. Now you lose because of it. And so you can now see it as a kind of story that goes, if you overdo something, perhaps you're going to lose because of it.
Exactly. Good.
Yeah.
Just because you said this, I picked it up from here. I got this one. I got from a friend in China. This is
cute.
So it's for small children. You have Chengyu, and you have here all small gushe, and this is what you just said.
Hey!
Exactly. Oh my god. Oh,
and there's also, I didn't know this one. There's also
画龙点睛.
Oh yes.
This is the drawing the eye of the dragon completing something, right? To make it perfect.
Yes, yes. Actually, I think the story is the painter, he did such a great job, and after he add the eyes on the dragon, and the dragon become true, and he just fly into the sky. That's the story.
Oh, that's a cool background.
So if you ever paint a dragon, don't do the eyes if you want the
dragon. Yes, otherwise you will lose it.
That's not, it's gonna be very dangerous.
Awesome. Okay, I think we're kind of fading away from the game, so I'll quickly bring us back to it. So I'm supposed to do something about 江河日下. I want to do something that I've actually written a text about, which is 天下一家, under the heavens, all one family, which I don't exactly know whether you can classify it as a chengyu or just as a slogan that I've heard many, many people say over the years. It's a hippie way of being like, oh, world peace, you know? Maybe a bit cheap. Jesse, you can say whether you want to count it or not.
Oh, actually, I just quickly I do it. And I find out, actually, it's from a very, very old Chinese book.
Hey!
Oh, wow. Nice. Bravo. I don't even know that is a Chengyu, actually.
Thank you.
I think there's also a very famous one goes like this, 天下为公. So everything below the sky is for everyone. Yeah, 天下一家, I didn't know that this exists as well. It's like similar to the 天下为公.
I guess, yeah.
Right. So
But
right
wait,
now,
I think we're playing for quite a long time.
True.
Sorry to interrupt, but I think we're just too good for this game.
let's make it harder.
Okay, Paco, if you know one to this one, you go for it. Go for the last one.
So should I do the last one? Okay, then I'm gonna say with E. So this one is gonna be interesting for a lot of people, I think. So 一拍胡言, which means a bunch of nonsense. So if you're saying something, if Enrico is saying something, and I'm just thinking, man, this is bullshit, I can say, 这是一拍胡言. Yeah.
Yes.
胡说
And
八
it
道.
sounds much better. It sounds much better than bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
I had never heard this one because I only know 胡说八道, but you know, I think this one sounds much better.
yes, more you should use this in the future.
Okay. I only knew 一拍够时.
Oh. You don't have to explain that, right?
Okay.
Yeah, okay, maybe in the end we can make a small round and each of us can tell us one more, if we still have one more favorite 成语。你最喜欢的成语是哪一个？如果你
I like that.
没有的话也没问题。
So how about you start? So I have to think about this since you brought the idea. Enrico, you start with it.
I have one, or let's say, okay, it's one. It's a 精力充沛. It means that you go in with full energy, that you give your best and you have a lot of energy, because I'm an active person and I like this. And the second one would be 吃以坚，长以折。吃以坚，长以。Jesse, do you know this 成语?
This
yes,
one.
yes.
Yeah,
exactly. I like it too.
You will make a mistake, but you will grow out of it.
Oh,
Basically,
nice.
it means you will learn from your mistakes, and that's how you become perfect in the future. So,
I like that
I really
a lot.
like your choices. These two
Yeah.
are all these two are both like really positive. 成语, yes, I like them.
All right. I think I have something as well, because usually the order was I was following you, Enrico. So let me give my favorite 成语. I think now in Corona times, we all need something to make us feel good and something to make us realize that maybe a bad thing isn't actually a bad thing. So you know I'm going for 塞翁失马, which means 塞翁 lost his horse, but actually can mean something that is bad might be a blessing in disguise.
Yes, because there's another part of this. So the whole 成语 is 塞翁失马，焉知非福.
I'll write that one down, I guess, as well. Oh yeah, nice.
I love it.
So who knows might be not something good. So 言之 who might know, and then 非 not, 福 wealth or good thing or luck.
Yeah.
Nice. I feel like I learned so many 成语 today.
Can you explain this with the losing horse again? I think I didn't understand.
Sure. 塞翁 is the name of some old man. 失马, he lost his horse. And so he's sad, he's mad, he's annoyed. But then the second part, which Jesse so nicely pointed out, thank you. So 言之非福, who knows if it would not maybe be something good or some luck or something great. So it's basically a 成语 that lets you see something great in maybe the bad things that you have in front of you. So obviously we all know the virus is really hampering our situation, but you know, who might not know, it could be a blessing in disguise, because thanks to the situation, we're all home, so we got to meet one another because we weren't busy doing other things.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Yes. If you want to know, Enrico, I think the book you just showed that you have a lot of story for 成语. I believe they have this in the book because there's also a story about this 成语. The reason why it is also a nice thing that he lost his horse is because after the horse was lost, he like for 1 or several months later, the horse come back again, and with a lot of dogs from the other part. So the horse actually bring more fortune to the old man. That's why it's a good thing.
Oh,
That is
You
why.
can check it out
Okay,
in the
cool.
book. Yes.
it's also cool. Like I think for the viewers, just one more thing to add, so they can learn also. So, you should definitely check out one of these books that Enrico just showed. If you have the opportunity to buy them, or to buy those kind of children books, you can actually learn a lot of culture also in stories that most kids know. Just like Jessie, right now she told so many stories. I think if you're learning Chinese and you know this, you're gonna have it a lot easier time learning Chinese and also learning Chinese in the process. So just as a side note, and so my favorite Chengyu, I think there's many, but I'm gonna choose one to make it philosophical for everybody watching. I'm gonna choose 水滴石穿, which means that a constant drop of water can also penetrate stone. So that means if you put in constant effort, you can do anything, or at least you can make a lot of improvement with constant effort, just like in learning Chinese or anything. 水滴石穿. So that's my favorite Chinese for at least one of my favorites. And actually, Jessie, you can also share your favorite one.
Oh, maybe not. There's so many things going on in my head now. If I really choose one, maybe I would choose 船到桥头自然直, which I've already said.
That's a nice one.
Yes, because I was actually very depressed for several months because I can't really find a good job, and also because of COVID situation. So I was a little bit really stressed all the time, and that's what my mother continuously said to me, and I think it really helped me to get through that period, because every time when I think about what I should do in the future, and I'm so just so stressed all the time, but when I see this 船到桥头自然直, and it feels like, okay, everything's gonna be fine. I just need to, calm down and do what I can do right now, and everything will be fine in the future. So I think it's also a very nice word. Yeah.
Yeah.
非常棒, Jessie.
是的. And it turns out it's true, because you just need to do what you can do, and you just try your best, and yeah, everything will be fine. Like, I'm very happy now.
Yeah, you're
Nice.
absolutely right with this one. Yeah, just don't worry too much, and everything will be fine, and the problems will be solved somehow. Yes. So.
Hakuna Matata.
Yes. I think we're done. Or I mean, this turned out to be very well, and it went 非常顺利.
Absolutely. Yeah, especially for the first time, because for all the viewers watching, thinking about why were there so many side stories, why is Moritz talking so much, oh my god, this is just because we didn't rehearse this. This is actually coming from the first time. We didn't even do a practice round before this. So it was very improv, it was very natural, but that was the real beauty of it, and it was very, very 顺利. And I think that not only we, the three of us, but also I hope Jessie had a lot of fun, and also you viewers.
I'm being dry so much.
Okay, so thank you guys, and see you next time.
See ya. 拜拜，再见，下次见。
下次见。